Welcome and welcome back to Life of the Muse. This is my life. I am the Muse and you are the Muse Mafia. If you're not the Muse Mafia, I ain't even talking to you. This is going to be a super casual, laid back video because I really want to get back on my stuff as far as my Tuesday weekly uploads. First of all, I have been following so many nail content creators for a very long time. I'm moving my son. I realized that they be doing like one hand at a time, or they'll do one hand a certain set just to get the content out, just to get the concept out, just to get the theme of the nails out. And I'm like, I always make 10 nails every time I do something. I don't have to do that. So these are the nails of the week. It is a Valentine's Day set. I will probably post the TikTok here, or at least insert some pictures, some video, something. But this is my first curved press-on set. I do have my UNT peel off gel under here because I have to work today. I actually have to work in less than an hour. And normally I don't record on the days I have to work because I like, you know what I'm saying, to have two separate. But I want to get back consistent, like I said. I felt really cute today because my nails and my lashes, if you need details on my lashes, you need to go to the last video I posted and come back. Before I get further into the video, I am going to drop the house rules, and I am going to let you know I'm going to be talking with my nails this whole video. Whatever. Rule number 1, like this video. Y'all don't be following these rules, and it's confusing because it's like, you hear me tell you the rules and you don't follow them. Like the video. Like this video. Please, it's simple. Just do. That's it. That's it. It's helpful to me. It takes nothing off of you. I don't know why y'all don't like these videos. Rule number 2, leave a comment down below. I be wanting to talk to y'all. I be wanting to open myself up to y'all. I be wanting to feel more personal with y'all. I want to feel like we're friends even if you're across the world. Leave a comment. I don't be getting comments like that. Y'all don't be following the rules and I don't like that. Rule number 3, subscribe. That's how you become a member of the Muse Mafia. Subscribe. I don't want you calling yourself the Muse Mafia if you're not subscribed. Also, see a shot, take a shot. I'm not really sure branding and things and rules and things here on YouTube because I'm not all that big here. But I see people do like Tipsy story times and stuff like that. As you can see, I've already been here the past few days. I don't even drink liquor like that. If somebody buy it for me, I'll drink it. Or if somebody has it and gives it to me or leaves it here, I'll drink it. So see a shot, take a shot. Let's go. You ready? 1, 2. Okay. So this week is a little bit different. It's going to be my first ever story time, but I figured that I would go ahead and try to do story times because I see a lot of other YouTubers do it, and I'm like, that's dope how they was able to like switch everybody's identity and like tell us something that they went through, because in a way it's a testimonial, and in a way I think that this story time will be helpful to people. I'm going to try my best to remember everybody's name. I already named everybody in my head for this story time. But Tipsy story time, let's get started. I had a homegirl that was a whole hater. And the worst part about her being a hater is the fact that high-key, she was doing better than me in life at the moment. Like, I don't know what she's doing now, so I can't speak for now. But she was doing better than me, and she was hating on me, and that was weird. Growing up, and I'm taking off my jewelry because, like I said, I got to work later. And I do not wear all this to work. I don't even wear my nails to work. I'm probably going to pop these off while I'm talking to y'all. Homegirl, we're going to call her Brittany, right? So I'm living in an apartment that I share with another young lady, like had a roommate. It was organized. Like I was living in a student apartment after graduation. And that's just me being transparent and honest. Like I was struggling when I came back to Charlotte. I came back to Charlotte with nothing lined up. I came back to Charlotte with nothing. I was born and raised here. Went to college in Durham. stayed there an extra year. And then I was like, I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. I came home to nothing. Like, I literally had nothing when I got back here. So yeah, I'm living in Charlotte and I apply for this job. Like I said, I got a roommate. I'm just really tired of, I'm actually keeping this ring on. I'm tired of the roommate life. I'm just like, you know, I need to be saving. I was already a server, but to me that wasn't enough. I'm like, I need a full-time big girl job. I need to be using my degree. I applied at a massage retreat. Let's call it Massage Envy. Did I actually work for Massage Envy? No, I did not. But we're going to call it that. So I worked for Massage Envy. I went to apply and the application process went well. Then it was time for me to interview. I go to the interview. They hand me a script to kind of like, I don't know. She just handed me a script and was like, here you go. Look over that. I'll be right back with you. So I memorized it. 10 minutes later, my interview takes place. I blow the interview out the water. The young lady that's interviewing me, she's Black. She's close to me in age. She has on, and I'm not saying this to say her hair looked bad. I'm saying this because I wear wigs. She had on a long wig. She had on short acrylics, I believe. Like, it was just a Black girl, and she looked, you know what I'm saying? Black girl to Black girl. I was like, okay. She was interviewing me, and I could see it in her face that I was impressing the heck out of her. She was just like, now let's call her boss Jenny, because she was the retreat director, but Jenny was the retreat owner, and she was like the franchise owner. So Jenny is in the room too. Brittany is looking at Jenny like, this girl is killing it. Jenny's sitting there like, oh, great. Because Jenny was a white lady. Now, I don't think Jenny had a problem with Black people, but I do think that Jenny had a problem with intelligent people because she was pretending to be one. We'll get there. I impressed Brittany, and Jenny has no option but to be like, yeah, you're right. She was great, blah, blah, blah. So Brittany's like, she's hired, right? And Jenny's like, sure. Now, Jenny's like I said, a white lady in her like 40s, early 40s, looked great, very well put together. And Jenny was married to a man that had a whole lot of money. This man kept Jenny in the finest bags, finest clothes. They had a daughter. She was in whatever school activity she wanted to be in. Jenny would come to work sometimes like, hey, I really want to do this for my daughter. I really want to do this for my daughter. Asking me and Brittany like what we thought about it, and we would give her our opinions and stuff like that. So it was a pretty, you know what I'm saying, close-knit. We had other employees there, but Jenny is the owner. Brittany is the retreat director. I was hired as the assistant retreat director. So I'm Brittany's assistant. Her personal assistant, whatever she wants. Call this person. Email this person. When this person come in, you need to have a certain conversation with them. Hey, Miss Jones, about your account. Like, I was Brittany's assistant. So whatever Brittany needed from me, I did. If Brittany didn't want to do the hard part, that was my part. And that was fine. I was her assistant. And I was actually proud to be her assistant. We're sitting in my interview and we find out we went to the exact same school, North Carolina Central University. We're sitting in my interview and find out we had the exact same degree. If you don't know, I have my bachelor's degree in business management. I'm not doing anything with it, and that sucks. Big waste of money, big waste of credit score, but whatever. See a shot, take a shot. Because this bottle almost empty, and I really want to get through this story before I go to work. Oh my gosh, don't tell nobody that I'm doing this before work also. Yeah, me and Jenny found out in my interview that we had a lot in common. And then when I blew the interview out of the water, like super impressed her, she was just like, oh my gosh, yeah, this girl's hired. Like, why would I not hire her? Red flag number one, that Brittany was a hater, is the way she spoke about Jenny. Jenny, like I said, her husband had a lot of money, and that was clear. They weren't boastful people, though. They were real humble with it, I will say that. But it was just clear. I had a colonel in ROTC in high school. He used to say, you can't hide money. And that's real. Like, you can't hide money. So Jenny and her husband were wealthy, well off. And Brittany used to be like, these are Brittany's words, I love how Jenny is a kept bitch. I want to be a kept bitch. I want to be kept. I want to be. So pretty much, long story short, Brittany wanted to meet a man that would take care of her, housewife her, retire her, whatever. She ain't have to work. Cool. There's nothing wrong with wanting that as a woman. Like, I feel like a lot of women are made to feel guilty for wanting that. It's okay to want your man to keep, like, it's okay to want that. You can get that. Like, there's so many men out here that don't want to do nothing but take care of their woman. You can get that. It's not wrong for you're not wrong for wanting that. Want what you want, okay? But the hatership came in how frequently this conversation came about. She a kept bitch. She a kept bitch. Girl. Okay. She might be that, but me and you still pay our own rent. Like, why are we talking about the fact that her husband keep her? Who cares? His money ain't paying for our stuff. You know what I'm saying? But this girl was always so just, I love how he treats her, takes care of her, blah, 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 blah. It's weird for me to listen to Brittany talk about how she wanted Jenny's life. I want to be a kid, bitch. I want to be at home with my baby and my husband pay for everything. Like, that's cool if you want that, but want that for yourself. Like, don't want Jenny's life verbatim. It's weird to pick an individual out and be like, I want that. Like, that's weird to me. So that was red flag number 1. Before I move on to red flag number 2, my grandmother used to tell me all the time, like, people be jealous of you, whether you know it or not. And I'm a dark black girl, right? And when I was young, I was fat. So in my head, what is there to be jealous of? My self-esteem needed some work, and it got the work it needed. But when my grandma would tell me, like, people envy you and your sister, I didn't understand what she was talking about. My sister, this girl is, and I love her to death. Like, you say something about her and I'm coming. But anyways, my sister got a big old butt. Me and her both have always had long, thick, healthy hair. My mama too. My mama used to shave her head bald when she was living, and then 6 months later, braids. Like, my mama didn't care. So the hair, the complexion, which a lot of people try to make you think you dark, you ugly. No, they be wanting your dark skin, honey. When I'm on the outside looking in at my big sister, I can tell she has haters that she has no clue about, because she just chilling, she just living her life. And I just always grew up, I'm not a hater. So it was hard to relate to the fact that people were legitimately haters. Like, I'm like, if I see a girl with long pretty hair, I'm like, oh, that's pretty. If I see a girl in a very happy, healthy relationship, I'm like, good for her. A girl get a great job, oh, she about to be making money. Like, I'm not a hater. So it was hard for me to understand when my grandma was trying to introduce to me the fact that haters existed. All right, there's a tangent. Let's go back to red flag number 2. I had an ex. Let's call him Rich. Me and Rich were together for 2.5 years. And our whole relationship was, no, not our whole relationship, but the majority of our relationship was happy, healthy, and beautiful. Me and Rich were transparent with each other. I was in college. It was a long distance relationship. I was in college. He was at home. And I'd be like, hey, Bookie, it's a party tonight. Like, I'm trying to go to this party. And he like, all right, let me know when you get home. Texting me throughout the party, like, I hope you're safe. Like, I wasn't insecure. I wasn't cheating. My stomach told me he wasn't cheating. Like, we was good. So by the time I met Brittany, me and Bookie was exes. Or me and Rich was exes. Bookie, my Bookie, Rich, whatever. We was exes at the time. And I told her, because we had just started resuming communication, and it looked like we was going to be able to maintain a friendship or whatever. So we're talking one day, and she's asking, like, the type of boyfriend he was to me. And I was honest, because I want other women to feel empowered. I've been in great relationships, and I don't want every woman walking around thinking every man's a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're not. So I was letting her know, like, he was a great boyfriend, and it looks like we're going to be able to, you know, have a friendship. This girl, when I told her the type of boyfriend he was, I want that, I want that, I want that, to the point, like, I was sick in the stomach, because, like, I get it. I'm telling you about a great relationship, but I guess that I wanted her response or reaction to be more like, oh, I'll have that one day, instead of, I want that, I want that. Don't want what I've had. Like, that's weird to me. Like, that, like, I can't even really put into words the way that she was making me uncomfortable, but it was clear that she was jealous of a relationship that I had years prior. And it's like, I don't even have that relationship anymore. Like, he's not my man no more. Now at this point, we're just trying to have a friendship. Now at this point, he was like texting me on some, hey, how you doing? So I could tell that he was on some like trying to be cool with me type stuff. We had a very significant relationship. I didn't have a problem with him trying to be cool with me. But it was weird that she envied that. Like, she couldn't be happy for me ever. It was never like a just, I'm happy for you, you know, great, as a friend. It was always like, I want that. I want that. Why you want that? There was another young man I was dealing with named Ted. Ted and I were in a romantic relationship for over 15 years, off and on. That is the most unhealthy thing. If you're a young girl or if you're an old girl, listen. Oh, when it's healthy and you know when it's not. You know when it's worth waiting on and when it's not. If I could have cut Ted off years before I did, like if I knew then what I know now, me and Ted, fast forward, me and Ted had a very toxic, unhealthy relationship. There was a night, I spent the night at Ted's house, and I woke up the next morning, he had gone to work or church, whatever, and I was still there, and I'm like, I can't find my keys, and he's like, look under the bed. I look under the bed, and I find sex toys that I had never been introduced to. So clearly you're intimate with other women, like when I say this man, Ted, used to try my face. She was jealous of my Ted. I wanted Ted. And I get it, like, okay, best friend, whatever. Like, yeah, he would come when I called. But at the end of the day, he wasn't nothing healthy. He wasn't nothing to envy. He was nothing to envy. I'm sorry, baby. Ted, so one day, I'm pulling up to Brittany's house, right? Y'all know I read tarot cards and stuff like that. So I done had a dream the night before. And in the dream, I got in a real bad car accident. And I was like, something. When I got to work at the massage retreat that day, I was like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something bad gonna happen. I know it. And Brittany was like, girl, Fast forward, she complete her shift. I complete my shift. I'm on my way to her house. I'm pulling up to her house and my fucking tire falls off. I'm not joking. My tire literally takes off rolling across the parking lot, and I'm in my car. My car done hit a mean lean, and I'm sitting there like, I call her, girl, my tire just fell off. I call Ted, are you busy? I need you. He's like, I'm playing basketball, but you need me. What's up? I'm like, my tire just fell off. He's like, oh, I'm on the way. That's the least you can do. And you in an intimate relationship with me, boy. Like, I ain't trying to be funny. Like, no, he didn't owe me nothing, but like, you be rolling around with me. You need to come when I call. I don't care. You need to come when I call. 30 minutes later, me, her, and Ted standing in the tire shop. And she's like, oh, I just love how Ted came when you called and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Ted having sex with me. Like, why wouldn't he have come when I called? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish he would have thought he was going to keep playing basketball. We in an intimate relationship. Why wouldn't he? What you mean? This ain't nothing to envy. This how it's supposed to be. My fucking tire fell off. Come get me, boy. If you a young lady in a relationship with a young man, when you call him, especially if it's about, if you call him, I broke a nail. If he don't come, you tripping. But if you call this man talking about your tire done fell off, yeah, he need to pull up. Like, hold these men to some standards. Whole time Ted standing there, he like, you need some money or you just needed support? Do you want me to take you home? Like, what we need to do? She just, I want a Ted. I want a Ted. I want a Ted. I want a Ted. Why you want a Ted? Whole time I done told you about how I found sex toys under his bed, so he's clearly intimate with more than me. Whole time I done told you about how he be dogging me. Like, this girl I thought was my friend, so I used to vent to her. Ted be dogging me. Ted be doing this. Ted be doing that. And she would listen, but it came to, I want a Ted. I want a Ted. I want a Ted. All you can do is tell me that you want what I got, and that's weird. See a shot, take a shot. Y'all, this is probably my last shot. So yeah, fast forward, this girl Kelly started working there. Now, y'all know, I'll put on a wig in a heartbeat. I don't care. I love a wig. I love my hair, but I love a wig. So I got to wear my wigs to work. Kelly got to wearing her wigs to work. Brittany was like, oh, Kelly, you wear wigs? Pause. My eyelash, was giving me a problem. Kelly started working there. Kelly starts wearing her wigs. And Brittany's like, oh, Kelly, you wear wigs? Kelly's like, yeah, I do. I actually am a professionally board certified cosmetologist. And I make wigs. Brittany's like, oh, great. Nice. I've always wanted a wig. I'm sitting here like, that's weird. Because I be wearing my wigs. And you compliment them. But you ain't never asked me to make you one. Even though you know I make my own. So I felt like, okay, maybe she wants a girl to make it because she's a board certified cosmetologist and she don't want me to do it. Okay, cool, that's fine. I ain't tripping. I get it. Kelly made Brittany a wig. Why Brittany hate it? It's too small. It's this. It's not thick enough. It's not dense enough. Blah, 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 blah. She hated the wig so bad that she gave it back to the girl to remake or to tweak. I don't fucking know. Fast forward, my birthday roll around. Brittany like, what you want for your birthday? I'm like, it don't really matter. I don't care. I drink this type of wine. I like this type of snacks and food. Brittany was like, are you still making wigs? I said, yeah. She was like, I'm gonna buy you a wig head for your birthday. My girl bought me a wig head for my birthday. The pink wig head I be using, she bought that. She's like, I don't want you to have to use styrofoam anymore. I'm like, okay, great. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Fast forward, like 2 weeks. Can you make me a wig? You bought me a wig head for my birthday so I can make you a wig? Girl. You are a wild friend. You are a very wild friend. It was thing after thing after thing, and I told myself to sit and write down everything I wanted to talk to y'all about, but I didn't. And I should have, but I didn't. She was jealous of me and Rich. She was jealous of me and Ted. She used to talk junk about Kelly and turned around and wanted Kelly to make her a wig. Then she hated Kelly's wig and then was turning around talking junk to me. I hate this wig. It's too tight. Blah, 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 blah. Then bought me a wig head so I could make her a wig. Girl, I'm not making you no wig, honey. That's not, like, you don't buy people's birthday gifts with you in mind. The kicker for me was when, so I have several hustles. I'm getting the most out of my nails because it's time to take them off. But I have several hustles in addition to press-on nails. One of them is charcuterie. I make charcuterie boards. This girl was like, I want you to cook for a kickback I'm having. I want you to supply all the food. I said, okay, I got you. I've done that before. So I catered her whole kickback or whatever. I get there. I set up. Everything is great. Our guests start arriving. Ted arrives. She's like, oh, your man looking good for you tonight. What is that to say to your homegirl? Oh, your man looking good for you tonight. Yeah, for me, honey. I let that slide. The night rolling, people drinking, people smoking, food's laid out. Her guests start arriving. So the guests get there. They're eating, they're loving the food. They are literally like quiet, like, Mind you, I catered all of it. She's like, okay, Kim, I'm ready for all the food to be put up. I'm ready to play games. I'm ready to play games. I don't want the food out no more. I want games out. At most kickbacks, don't you leave the food out for people to pick over it, like, throughout the whole time? She was ready for me to put that food up when she saw how people was loving it. She was like, put the food up. I said, okay. She told me, because she has a little person, her daughter, she was like, I want us to be able to eat on it the rest of the night and the next day. So I packed it all up and left it there. So her and her daughter could have the leftovers. And she pretty much was, I don't really know what happened. I remember her sister telling her, drink some water. Drink some water. Brittany, drink some water. You're doing too much. You're saying too much. Because she had gotten into an argument with Ted. And she was like, you be taking advantage of Kim. And you treat Kim like this. And you treat Kim like that. And it's like, as my homegirl, if I vent to you about how my dude treating me, I don't expect you to get drunk. And Ted looking at me like, get your friend. I'm looking at my friend like, girl, I can't believe you doing this shit. Like, it was bad. So fast forward, I had another event the next week. So I did the catering for Brittany for her kickback, for her housewarming. And then the next week, I was supposed to be doing India's birthday. I have a whole video on catering India's birthday. I got a whole video on other shit too. Whatever. I just know it came to like 2-3 days before India's birthday, and I'm calling a friend, like calling Brittany. Phone going straight to voicemail. I could tell she blocked me on Instagram, text, like the phone, whatever. She blocked me on everything. And I'm sitting here like, girl, you still got my stuff, like my charcuterie trays, like. And then I'm sitting here like, what happened? We was tight enough for me to go pick your daughter up from school with your house key and sit in your house for hours until you got off work. Your daughter loved me. I thought you loved me. I loved you. We was to the point, if a girl with a mean mug turned the club, I would have slapped the bitch. Like, I really don't know where our divide came in, and I really don't know where we got the beef in, but it was very clear that she was envious of me by how she would speak, by how she would mention the things I had, the things that I had experienced. Even my natural hair, like, your hair is so thick and full and fluffy and blah, 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 blah. Okay, but we both wear wigs. Let's just keep talking about what we can relate on. You don't wear your natural hair. Like, don't hate on somebody. Just, like, if you like what they got going on, ask them about it, sure. But, like, this girl was just a fucking, a 5-star hater. And that was weird. So, what gave me the idea to do this story time, right? Way back then, this is years ago that this happened. I told her, like, I think I want to start doing nails. And she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I've done it before. I used to do nails out the dorm room when I was pledging because I couldn't really hold a job while I was pledging. So I just want to get back to it. Oh, okay, I guess. A month goes by. I show her a picture. Oh, that's pretty. Another month goes by. I show another picture. Damn, that's real pretty. Another week goes by. I show another picture. Girl, when you said you was going to be doing nails, I didn't take you seriously, but your nails actually look good. Your nails actually look good. This is a girl I thought was my friend. Actually, like, oh, girl, they don't look like hot boo-boo. You know what? It's fine that she didn't have no belief in me, but to be my friend at the time, that's wild. I guess I really do have to start popping these off. It's fine. She didn't have no real belief in me. But to have been my friend at the time and not be believing in your friend, like, if you got people in your life that you don't genuinely support, do you and them the favor? Like, get missing. What was she there for? I wanted Ted. Girl, I'm pretty sure if Ted had offered you an encounter, you would have taken it. So it's just like, Cause so what if he came running when my tire fell off? It's the least he could have did. Ted was an awful man to me. Why would you envy that? She had a man named Pat. And Pat drove trucks. So Pat was being intimate with women that sold it. Which I ain't judging those women and I ain't judging Pat. But it messed with her self-esteem and stuff. Which I can understand, but at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with me. You chose Pat. Pat chooses these women. Like, when your parents tell you people be hating on you and you can't see it, take their word for it. When your parents tell you be careful with certain people and you can't see it, take their word for it because they know what they're talking about. This is my very first story time ever. It's the story time of me having a hater as a homegirl. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you followed the house rules. Because if you did, you're subscribed by now. And I have to go to work and make us some money. So, love you.